Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for May 2019. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising sign. So of course it may or may not resonate, and I just encourage you to take what you like and leave the rest. So I use 5 cards for a monthly spread. The first card that you see there represents the past energy that may be relevant this month. That is the Lovers card. The second card that came through for you guys representing the month of May, current issues and situation this month, the Ace of Cups card. The third card being about possible obstacles that may show up this month. You guys received the Two of Cups card. The fourth card along being about possible helpful tools this month, the Three of Swords, and finally the outcome card for the month of May, the Page of Wands. And the card lying down on the table there representing the overall theme for the month, and that's from a different deck of cards. The card that came through for you guys is called Night Sky, and that represents soul journey, and I'll be reading about that card towards the end of this reading. So before I get into it, I noticed immediately with your reading with these cards, if you can see them, that there's a sort of a theme here of love, of relationships, of connections, harmony, coming together with someone in some manner, and being full of joy, passion, love, in some sort of connection. So how do we know that? So we can see, starting with the first card there, the Lovers card in the past position. So the Lovers card can mean a few things. Obviously it can be about love, relationships, unions, connections, compatibility, being in alignment with someone. This card can this is a card of Gemini, meaning the twins. We can see the man and the woman, the masculine and the feminine in that card there, which can mean having to make a choice and going with something, going with the heart rather than the head. There may have been a temptation with something, a bit of a struggle with something, needing to make a choice about something and having to make an intuitive decision about something that perhaps you're at the crossroads at. And there's been, sometimes this card can be about a mature relationship, marriage, a blessing from the divine. We see above this couple is like a winged creature, an angel of some sort, blessing these man and woman who are naked, who have nothing to hide in front of each other or in the eyes of God in the universe. So it looks like in the past you have been feeling this way, or have had to make a choice about something, or have come to a state of union and connection in a mature sense with someone in some form of relationship. And moving into the month of May, the card that came through for you guys, the Ace of Cups, representing the current energy, current situation this month. Ace of Cups, I mean, could you get a more beautiful card? Aces are about brand new beginnings, the birth of something, the start of something. Cups being about feelings, emotions, love, relationships, friendships, spirituality, connections, intuition, matters of the heart. So we see there in this month, your cup is overflowing. It is full to overflowing with tears of joy. You know, there is intense feelings, intense love, a gift from God, a gift from the divine, you know. And this is another gift, if we see with the Lovers card, with that angel looking down at this couple, gifting them love and a true a good connection, a harmonious union there. We see another gift from the universe here of overflowing love and joy in the Ace of Cups card, with that hand in the sky coming through the clouds, holding that cup that is pouring out this abundance of feelings, of positive emotions, of contentment and joy, of love, fertility, abundance, This is a real gift, a real blessing, a sense of being lucky in love. There's a lot of compassion and emotional stability and happiness with this card. So something, if this is resonating with you, or if this does resonate with you, if you look back on this reading a bit later, after May, it looks like you've been gifted something very significant, very joyful, very healing, that brings that makes your heart burst with joy. You may be crying tears of joy. There's this absolute fullness and abundance of love and positive overflowing emotions. Moving into the third card here, in the position of what may be possibly an obstacle this month, and interestingly you have the Two of Cups card. So this is another card of unions, connections, a deep soul connection here. We have partnership, we have absolute trust, sharing of something, a compromise, the beginnings of a romance perhaps. This is a couple who may have been friends that are moving into the stage of actually falling in love, as opposed to the couple in the Lovers card there, which are more mature on their journey in love or in that relationship. This card can be about teamwork, partnerships, working together, real honest communication in any type of relationship, with a lot of trust, a lot of sharing. So what does it mean though that this card is in a position of a possible obstacle this month? The way I interpret that is that be wary of being too caught up in a connection, a relationship where you are just in that love bubble, or you are in some sort of bubble and fixation with another person, as we can see in that Two of Cups card, that the man and the woman are looking at each other at the exclusion of everything else. They are, they're obsessed with each other. They are perhaps ignoring other needs in their lives, ignoring other people in their lives. Maybe they're ignoring parts of themselves too, because they're so enamored and infatuated with this other person in whatever this relationship is or is forming, So perhaps just be a little careful of staying a bit grounded, a bit in reality, as hard as that is, when you're starting up something new, or whatever it is that the Ace of Cups has brought in, that just creates such an abundance and overflowing sense of love and wonder and joy, that you're also still tapped into reality. That's what I would say about the Two of Cups card there in that obstacle position. Moving into the fourth card there, being possible helpful tools this month. And, incredibly, we have the Three of Swords card there, which, typically is a difficult card. All cards can have, positive and negative meanings to them. I would say traditionally the Three of Swords card there is about heartbreak, a broken heart, grief, devastation, feeling stabbed in the heart. There's three swords there, piercing a heart. In the background there is looks like some rain, some clouds, some sort of agitation and movement. So typically this is a sad card, I would say, and that there is some sort of degree of pain and suffering and heartbreak. What does it mean though that this card is in the position of helpful tools? You need to pull out the swords in your heart. So whatever is new that has come into your life and is certainly being built upon this month, and offering in some really new beautiful things there. Perhaps there's some stuff, some old grief, some old heartbreak that you haven't yet dealt with, or you're using a new relationship, a new person, and that could it doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be a work relationship, a relationship with a project or something that you're working on, and you'll be wary of using that to avoid processing the pain of something else that broke your heart. And look, we've all been there, we've all done that, we've all gone, I don't want to deal with that, I don't want to deal with being dumped or something like that. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to go on Tinder and I'm going to meet someone new and they're going to fix everything. Yeah, nah, it doesn't quite work that way. It might look like it does, it might feel like it does initially, but you're still going to have to deal with whatever broke your heart. And that's going to give you a clean slate. You know, once you feel those feelings, you process that, you deal with that, you will be able to walk into a new relationship, a new part of your life. You'll be able to embrace things purely, you know, rather than carrying around a ball and a chain of denial about what has happened about in the past. So the best way to do that is to be brave and accept that pain and sit with it. Look at it, feel it, use whatever tools, healthy tools you need to look after yourself while you go through that process. You know, tough kind of stuff there, but ultimately for the best. We don't want to be walking around with old swords stuck in our heart. Finally, the last card there, the outcome card for the month. You guys have the Page of Wands. So here we have a young energy. Pages are typically quite young, adventurous, say children, you know, starting out with on new adventures. Pages are typically messengers. They bring messages, they bring news. The Wands is the suit of real passion, matters of the soul, creativity, motivation, energy, life force, spontaneity, that kind of thing. So this is something young and new coming in, some news, perhaps some unexpected news, something being offered to you that excites you, maybe an offer to travel in some way. We see in the back of that card, in the distance there, looks like pyramids or mountains, and there's some possibility of an offer, you know, a news coming in of an offer to travel, maybe for work, maybe for something you love. And this page is feeling brave, he's feeling courageous, he's feeling adventurous, he's confident and creative. He's also reflective at times. We see him standing there with his wand, looking at the top of it with its fresh new sprouts coming out of it, and he's having a little bit of a think, a bit of a reflection. Maybe there is an offer of study coming in, or you'll be learning something new. The Page of Wands asks that you pay attention to possible synchronicities in your life, to know yourself, and to look out for any obstacles or things getting in the way that may stop any new adventures and new things coming into your life. And perhaps that is about, you know, you need to work through the stuff that you're still carrying around inside of you, as indicated by that Three of Swords card. You need to work through that kind of stuff that perhaps could block you from going on a new path with these new things that are coming in. You know, there really is lots of offerings, I think, coming in this month. Lots of gifts and blessings from the divine, unexpectedly perhaps. And the outcome could be some news and offer of something fresh and new that excites you and liberates you from the daily grind, really. So there is possibly a journey of some sort, whether that's an external journey or an internal journey you go on in some way this month, and you get in touch with some really beautiful, loving feelings. And interestingly, that card we have there representing the overall theme for the month, hopefully tying it all together. We'll see what it says. Pulled from a deck of cards called the Dreamtime Reading Cards. See it there? Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system. These cards I use more like oracle cards. Visually really, really beautiful, and I love the words and the meaning behind these cards. So I'm just going to read now about Night Sky and Soul Journey. Have you ever sat outside on a crystal clear night and gazed up at the millions of stars, the moon and the planets that sparkle above? The night sky is your connection to places you have never seen or known. Different constellations are visible at different times of the year and from different corners of the world, but it's the same moon that shines down on all of us. The night sky reminds you of your own soul's journey. connecting you with your past lives, the cosmos, and even the possibilities of intergalactic beings, the star people. It's been used as a form of record keeping since ancient times. Our ancestors familiarised themselves with the constellations, planets, asteroids and comets. They used this knowledge to plan journeys, to better understand the weather and to navigate when journeying on foot or at sea. The night sky represents your own life map. It reflects your journey in this life, and like the sky, it is vast and unfathomable in its entirety. The night sky reminds you that you must understand that you are only one tiny part of a whole universe that spans beyond what you can see or ever wish to understand. When you draw the night sky card, it is urging you to take the time to gaze into the sky above you, become aware of the constellations you can see from your home, and maybe study the legends surrounding them. Journeying, this month, really going through a journey, I think, of deep love in some way, whether that's with another person or within yourself, that is going to take you into beautiful new spaces and places that you've perhaps never been before. So Capricorn, on that note, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for watching and listening this reading. I hope May turns out to be a beautiful month for you, and hope to see you back in June.